Cherry Boot, Stephen Chalk, dear friends. I'm very pleased and touched to be here with you. I'm honored to be guest of Oasis. Next Tuesday, 2nd of December, is the International Day for the Abolition of Slavery. You should think that there is no longer need for such a day. After all, transatlantic slave trade was abolished 200 years ago by the houses of the parliament in this country. After all, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which was agreed upon 60 years ago, almost to the date, 10th of December, declares that, quote, "No one shall be held in slavery or servitude. Slavery and the slave trade shall be prohibited in all their forms." International agreements are underpinning this statement. Yet these international agreements and these historical references ring hollow. Slavery still exists today. Ample reference was made on the screen and in the statements which preceded mine. Every day, somewhere on our planet, every minute, we were heard, somewhere on our planet, scores of new victims join the unseen masses of people that are tricked or coerced or forced into sweatshops. We heard the stories earlier. Mines or plantation, coca plantation, the sex trade, domestic services, camel jockeys, or becoming child soldiers, or the young women victimized by the child soldiers. Rights and freedoms that we take for granted are being denied to millions of people around the world, mostly, of course, young women and young children, whose lives are for sale. I'm impressed by what I saw there, a young lady on a supermarket cart. Lives are for sale. And this, of course, is a crime that shames us all. So what are we doing about it? We can stop the traffic, to use the expression. We can indeed free the slaves. But moral outrage is not going to stop the traffic or the traffickers. We need not only awareness, but we need action and we need justice. And if you allow me, I would like to elaborate on how we see what is needed from the vantage point of the United Nations. Because my office, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, is the guardian of the world's main legal instrument, namely main international agreement to stop human trafficking. It's called a protocol, an international agreement, with 126 member states agreeing to it in terms of having ratified it, having become state parties, which means bound by the international obligations stemming from the protocol. And this includes measures to prevent the crime, to protect the victims, and to prosecute the criminals. It is, again, as I said earlier, an international agreement with obligation for the contracting parties, although not all parties are equally effective in what they do. Let me begin with the first of the three measures: prevention, protection, and prosecution. Let me talk about awareness and therefore prevention. We can all be grateful to outspoken advocacy or advocate of modern day abolitionists like Emma Thompson, just on the screen, or Cherry Blair with us. They have championed this cause. My thanks, of course, go to media for shining the spotlight on human trafficking and for grassroots movements like Stop the Traffic. Thanks to you all, our own initiative, it's called the UN GIFT. GIFT is the acronym for Global Initiative to Fight Trafficking. The world is starting to at least wake up, not to stop yet the tragedy, but at least to wake up and be confronted to the fact that the tragedy is with us in every country. With the global webcast planned for the next spring, we will reach a whole new audience worldwide, raising awareness among school children around the world. Thank you, Stephen, for this initiative, and thank you for the book mentioned, I guess, in the background, you co-authored with Sherry, Stop the Traffic.